Thank you, Gilles. Thank you, Francis. And thank you, Alexei, for the invitation to pitch. My presentation today has three objectives. First, present to you Machu Picchu, a Tech for Good project. Second, present to you how it is presently implemented. And third, invite you to consider Machu Picchu as your side project. It is open source and it is collaborative, and we know that 70% of the blockchain programmers have a side project on top of their jobs. Part 1. Presenting Machu Picchu. Our story starts in 1965. I was 15 years old. The Vietnam War was developing in scale, both on the North Vietnamese side and on the American side. In Saigon, my mother managed a self-help group of war widows. These women gathered their savings in a common pot. Every month, a few of them presented a personal investment project. For example, purchasing a sewing machine, purchasing a pullover threading machines, or refurbishment of her shop, etc. The group discussed and decided which one could borrow from the common pot and the conditions she would commit to repay the loan, as well as how the interests are redistributed. The management tasks of the common pot was endowed to a few women leading the group. The pot was held in cash and in gold leaflets, privately without any bank. And the women trusted each other. Each of the manager kept note of the counts and of the commitments. They compared frequently their notebooks to avoid discrepancies. Does it remind you of something? Blockchain? You said blockchain? A decentralized ledger managing by consensus, a DAO to use the funds, no financial intermediary. We were in 1965. Fast forward, we are now in the 21st century. A number of humanitarian organizations exist to provide assistance to the person in need. Today, they are strictly regulated and they must comply with the rules of anti-money laundering, AML, of counter-financing of terrorism, CFT, and in addition, the mutual aid associations must declare themselves as insurers and must comply with the actuarial solvability standards Basel III. These organizations subcontract the management of their funds to financial institutions. But the accounting and reporting regulations to handle accounts are the same for $10 or for $10,000 or $100,000. This results in a proportionally considerable overhead, between 30 and 60%. In the same moment, data of the persons in need have to comply with privacy protection regulations, GDPR, are managed in silos and are not up to date, not accurate. This is confirmed by a recent joint report of the Danish Red Cross, Mercy Corps, and Hive Online. I could put the link on the comments. In comparison, the informal self-help group of my mother in 1965 costed much less to be run. The key was that everybody knew everybody, and there was a strong peer pressure. Now introducing Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu used the decentralized techniques of the 21st century to reproduce the ancestral practice of the rural communities. Machu Picchu is a kind of a LinkedIn where persons in need post their profile, their activities, their needs, and so on. And they remain owners of their data. The helper organization, the cooperative, the commercial service providers, the agri-food companies, government and agencies can use this data to adjust and optimize their offers and assistance programs. The same organizations can reward the persons in need who provide quality data about themselves, considering that these persons remain owners of their data. Once the ball started rolling and a critical mass achieved, the communities can develop additional decentralized services, such as self-help DAOs, mutual protection groups, incentive for sustainable agriculture practices, children education, motherhood best practices, gender equality, etc., etc., etc. The rewards or incentive may take form of tokens, and we talk about that in the next slides. Up to today, Machu Picchu has participated in 2 world-size hackathons, ETH Online and ETH Denver, and each time we have received prizes, including the prize of the most significant blockchain application on ETH Online. The Machu Picchu business model is to let the person in need keep the ownership of their data, and anyone can access the data against a fee. The organizations that are already helping may pay with their own tokens, or the smaller organization may use a generic token, like a Machu Picchu token, for example. This token can be exchanged in a DEX to be bundled and to redeemable against CBDCs or in fiat money at the helper organization. So a person who has some tokens from the FAO, from World Food Program, from Red Cross, etc., may go on the exchange, swap these tokens in order to have a single bunch of, let's say, UNESCO tokens, and use them to buy books for their kids, for example. Of course, they can also be used directly in the circular economy, for example, to bundle it to buy some tools for their fields, or fertilizers and so on. So, part 2, how Machu Picchu today is implemented. Machu Picchu is built progressively by smallpox, proof of concepts. And once done, these proof of concepts can be refactored to be easier to integrate with the other components. For example, today, the following POCs are done. The persons in need, on the left side, may accede to the blockchain with a simple cellular by sending SMS to their sponsor or their chief of village, who has a desktop and can double sign the transaction. So we have done it in ETH Online last year, and we used Twilio SMS, but other APIs are possible, like Telesign, like Nexmo, etc. Each person in need is represented by a non-fungible token on the blockchain. The POC is done also. We named the project Pepito, and it can use the testnet on Ethereum. It has been ported to Celo and onto Polygon. The descriptive data of this attached to these NFTs are stored on IPFS, and an IPFS node can be done using a Raspberry Pi 3. This kind of low-cost computers cost €100, VAT included, and it burns less than €10 of electricity per year. I have done, I published on Medium an article to show how it can be done. So any village can be incentivized to run an IPFS node, for example. The credentials of the NFT are then stored on the blockchain, including the incentive given to it by helper organization, the membership and rules of a DAO, the governance activity, all the data that needs to be secured are stored on the blockchain. I also did a POC for Earth observation, because this was one of my first skills when I was young. And it uses Google Earth Engine and Flutter. And you can also see it on, it's available on the internet. It's a web app. So we are continuing and refactoring all the above done. We plan to add ERC20 functions to move the interface of the chief of village from the desktop today to mobile functions, and to add reporting using a blockchain explorer, reporting to donors, etc. That's how we are today. How can you contribute if you wish? The Ethereum environment is very mature now, so it has a complete technical stack to support decentralized data. On the slide on the left stack, you have solutions for scaling, for easy blockchain access, for interfacing with the external world via all records and so on. On the right stack, there are solutions for decentralized storage, to decentralize also data scheme, to decentralize database, and to monetize storage services. On top of all, incentive tokens can be bundled, transformed into stable coins, to fiat currencies, to CBDCs, and mobile money, so that we can make inclusive finance a reality. Since Machu Picchu is collaborative, there is no central architecture. This is just a roadmap. How to use these tools is up to each participant. So together, let's make it happen. Join Machu Picchu. Being collaborative, Machu Picchu can let each contributor work independently of the others. Until now, myself and the different hackathon teams have implemented what we felt most likely to do. And in this slide, I put a list of needs, but it's quite open. Feel free to add your own if you joined with the solution. And if you feel like doing a hackathon with us, you are welcome. Check my profile on LinkedIn and on github.io. Last but not least, since contributing to Machu Picchu is a very good way to show your skills. Post it on GitHub and you sign it and you show how you are able to do. Feel free to contact me on LinkedIn, on private message and so on. And thank you for your attention.